may be one of the greatest actors of all time, but his multiple personalities go beyond the big screen. Get ready for Bradley Cooper's most hilarious impressions.
Owen Wilson and Chris Walken both have very distinctive sounds.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
What's Owen sound like?
Owen's like, Claire's mom made me feel her hooters.
James Lipton once admitted on live television that his most memorable interview was with Bradley Cooper. And with impressions like these, you'll be quick to understand why.
Christopher Walken was in the makeup chair, and one thing he told me was like, your hair is like, what you have to do to maintain your hair is keep rubbing it all the time. Fingers in your hair is great. Bradley, great.
Back when he was a student and not yet established in the Hollywood industry, Cooper got the chance to ask Robert De Niro a question. You'd be surprised how much influence a star can have on an aspiring actor, and that includes his impersonation skills.
I asked him I was so nervous. This is stupid. I was so nervous because it was such a specific question I asked him. It was such like a nerdy question about this movie Awakenings, where he wanted to go for a walk, his character, and this medicine he was taking wasn't working anymore, so he kept having a tick, and he would compensate by pretending to rub his eyebrow. And so I wanted to ask him if that was something that he saw or it just came up. And I was just like, I was shaking. Anyway, so this other guy asked a question, and I asked it, and then he's there, and he's like, no, I didn't see anybody do that, no. That's a good question. And I was like, what? Wow. And it was like a beam of light shot into my stomach when he said that. And I honestly, and this is so, and then I asked the school if I could have a copy of that moment.
In case you were wondering, Cooper did actually manage to obtain the footage of his question. And here it is.
How you doing, Mr. De Niro? My name is Bradley Cooper. My question is regarding Awakenings. You talked about your research and how you interviewed a lot of patients, people who had different diseases. And there was one mannerism that you had during the interview process when they were asking you when you wanted to go outside the building, go for a walk. And you went like this with your finger, and you sort of made up for it by rubbing your eyebrow.
Right.
And I was wondering, is that something that you saw people do, sort of try to make up for their tics, or was that something that happened in the moment?
From dreaming of asking De Niro a question to texting buddies, Bradley Cooper's a perfect example of how dreams come true.
And he was in New Orleans, and I wrote him, I was like, you're an animal.
Oh, because he worked so much.
He worked so much. I'm like, yeah, you're an animal, you're a monster, ... And then he wrote back, he's like, I am an animal, all caps.
Oh!
Exclamation point. I was with my buddy, I was like, bro, you gotta see this. Like, the fact that he actually took the time, he was like, let me do all caps.
That took a huge commitment. De Niro, probably other big things were happening.
Right.
It's time for your Oscar-winning performance. Hold on! I go to
Exactly.
He's texting.
I am an animal.
You know, he's texting.
Had you worked with De Niro before this film anywhere?
No.
Had you met him anywhere?
Oh, gosh. I auditioned for a movie. He actually saw the tape and called me in to meet him.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, that was, and I was a mess, and I couldn't believe it. And I sat down, and he just said, he didn't say much. He just said, yeah, I see it. I see you. I see it. Okay.
If it wasn't for Bradley Cooper's impressions, we'd have never found out Clint Eastwood had a squirrel obsession.
Do you feed the squirrels like Clint does?
I wouldn't dare get involved.
Why not?
Well, it's his thing. I thought it was a joke the first time, but they really come up, and then he's like, all right, hold on a second. And he's like, come on, you little guys. There you go. In there. That's it. All right. Okay, what were you saying? And he's kind of just waiting to see it. Oh, hold on, he's back, huh?
That's adorable.
Yeah, he's amazing.
Now take a second to witness Bradley Cooper slip into the shoes of the 42nd President of the United States.
Yeah, I sat next, I remember there was an empty seat, and I thought, oh, is he gonna sit next to me? And he's just so amiable. And the first he sat down, he's like, is there gonna be an 18 too, and can I be in it? And I was like, 18? You, like,
18?
18, wow.
Wow, you pulled that out.
I know.
Yeah,
I was
he
like,
really
that's
does
some
like
serious
some choice
movies. They said, hey, do you want to have dinner with the president afterwards? I thought, oh my God, that'd be great. So then we had dinner with him, and he was late, and I just happened to be lucky. I was sitting next to the empty chair.
Yeah.
And it was so crazy. The first thing he says when he walks out, he's like, all I want to know is there going to be an 18 too, and can I be in it?
Did Did you seriously think he was done with the Walken impressions?
Sometimes, if you want me to talk, I just, whatever comes into my head, I'll say. I don't know when or what it's gonna be.
Is that your mom?
I was very intimidated by him, too, by the way. Because he's not the normal guy who's like, hey, how you doing? It's not like that. He just sort of sits there in the makeup chair and he's like, pineapple. I like to eat it. And I'm like,
I can't get enough.
everybody's got a Walken. Everybody's got a Walken.
That's a very good one, yeah.
And he had this dancing scene, God help me for saying this, but he had this dancing scene with Rachel McAdams. And
In the movie, yeah.
In the movie. It was my first day, his first day, and she came up to me afterwards, God, you're dancing with Christopher Walken, because Penny's from heaven,
Right,
you know, he's
right.
a great dancer. She said, he keeps saying fart.
What?
Just to keep it light, you know what I mean? It's like, fart. And she was dancing.
That's the craziest thing I've ever heard, and I've heard it all.
And if you look at the monitor, he's just her dance. She's like, fart, I'm farting. I'm farting. It was sort of beautiful.
But if you're really curious about the inspiration behind Bradley Cooper's Southwestern accent impersonation, look no further than a Lee Hoagie commercial.
We're your regular family. We watch the Phillies on TV. We go down to the Jersey Shore. But when we want great hoagies, discount prices on beer, and a great atmosphere, we go to Lee's Hoagies in Horsham, PA.
Hi, I'm Christian Bale, and you finish the best of celebrity tirades. And what's with this guy? If he's still here when I get back, I will bury you. I will it's a bit of fun there. Sorry. So order now only for $19.95. All proceeds go to charity. Charity, my legal defense fund. Is this the best picture you could find? Huh? No, where's the one from Newsies? Amateurs! Amateurs!
What many people don't know about Cooper is that he spent time in the south of France learning French, which is probably why he can pull off an impeccable French accent on live TV.
Through college, I was the worst waiter in the world. So much so that I remember the guy who hired me was like, his friend, Bradley, you are literally the worst waiter I've ever seen, but you have sad eyes, I will keep you.
The actor also lends his voice to iconic animated characters like Rocket Raccoon. Interestingly, crafting such voices often draws inspiration from other legendary actors in the industry.
It's real! That is the most real, authentic, hysterical laugh of my entire life, because that is not a plan.
I really, if I didn't know it was you, I would never recognize that voice.
Oh, cool.
I mean, it's a different voice.
Yeah, we came up with a totally different voice.
Yeah, how did you decide to come up with a different voice?
I worked with James Gunn, who's the director, writer, who's incredible, and I came with him much more like Daniel Plainview. I don't know if you know Daniel Day-Lewis's character in There Be Blood.
Oh.
Like, talks like this.
Yeah.
And he was like, no, I don't think so. And then we started to do this, it was like Gilbert Gottfried meets Joe Pesci. That's sort of what we came up with. What's a raccoon?
Yeah.
Yeah, it just kind of started like that.
It's fantastic.